2019 is coming to a close, and what a year it's been. But as we say goodbye to the decade, we're left wondering what's next for Hytale. My name is Codiak, and this is the Weekly Wrap. It's fair to say the Hytale team is back on track after a rocky relationship with the community during a good chunk of 2019. Communication issues were at the heart of the problem, and many around the Hytale-verse voiced their opinions as weeks of silence turned into months. As we get ready to flip the calendar and welcome in a new decade, I'm happy to say that the team has taken the necessary steps to build bridges with the community and make communication a centerpiece of progress in 2020. Of course, communication is a dynamic thing, and the developers could easily slip back into old habits. But for now, we're happy to look forward to what's on the horizon for Hytale. As many of you know, the Livid Lion just covered the latest progress update from the Hytale team, which discussed the various changes coming to Adventure Mode. I highly recommend you check out that video since the dude is the absolute best at breaking down information. Now, my mission here today is to talk about what's next. The team has announced they're going on holiday, which means no new updates until 2020. So I ask you guys, what does Hytale in the new year look like to you? We hit reset on blog posts a number of times, so what should we expect? The transition to more work-in-progress content is a huge step in the right direction, and I hope we continue to see that trend carry the team through 2020. Of course, many people speculate that some sort of beta will take place during the year, but if we step back and think about all the content we still don't have clear information for, it starts to paint a pretty complex picture. Combat, crafting, modding, there are major systems we've barely scratched the surface of. Teams are chomping at the bit to get their hands on development tools to start working on their very own projects and servers, including our team. We've said from the beginning our goal is to create a large community server, build our land versus sea minigame, and create one of the first large-scale Hytale communities. But that's impossible without having access to the tools and information that power those in-game systems. At this point, we've seen a lot of Zone 1, 2, and 3, but there are other zones and other worlds that are still largely a mystery. 2020 would be the perfect time to reveal the full scope of the world at launch and provide a roadmap for players to help dial in expectations. I've said for some time now that a development roadmap would be the perfect system for the Hytale team to utilize. It helps guide speculation, gives the team a number of tangible objectives to track, and is overall a modern way to communicate with fans that has worked well for countless big titles. In terms of actual in-game content, there is still plenty to talk about. On my list alone, I'd like to know more about reputations and factions, secondary skills, mounts and transportation, crafting, character progression, and of course, PvP. We know each of these things plays an integral part in Hytale, and even if the team chooses to focus on one each month, we'd still run out the clock as we approach the 2021 release window. It's a daunting thing to consider how much the team has left to unveil. Of course, a very real possibility is the release of a new trailer in 2020. That's the best way to diversify and share a wide swath of information with fans in one fell swoop, and you have to imagine it's something that's on the team's mind. Additionally, there is an entire pillar of the game that we haven't talked about since the launch trailer way back in December 2018, and that's minigames. I realize that many of you are here for adventure mode or for creative reasons, but minigames is part of Hypixel's core fiber. Just look at the current success of Skyblocks. It's a huge part of what makes Hypixel an experience to remember, and it's probably the least understood facet of Hytale. Another big expectation of Hytale in 2020 is a clear understanding of what minigames will be implemented into Hytale, how they'll operate, and what systems will be put in place to keep the games fair and free from hackers. I expect minigames to be top of mind in 2020 and something the team talks about regularly as we get closer to launch. Now, all of this speculation and guesswork could be absolutely pointless. The team may choose to leave some content a surprise, and that's a fair approach as well, especially when it comes to the more minor systems in the game. The team has said on multiple occasions they don't want to ruin Hytale by revealing every little detail, so it's fair to assume we won't learn everything before players get a chance to log into Orbis. Before that fateful day does arrive, there are some telltale signs we'll be looking for, signals that will indicate the team is ready to pull the trigger on something massive. And in today's modern video game landscape, that means launching an official subreddit, Discord, and updating the website to be more functional for potential players. I also think it's long overdue that the team released their name reservation system, which was teased nearly a year ago. Of course, there are some in the community that are worried about this system, and rightfully so. Bad actors with malicious intent have been probing naive members of the community in hopes of scoring popular names and selling them for a profit. Releasing this system would give the team plenty of time to troubleshoot any issues and keep the community on the same page. These are all small potato in terms of a massive video game release, and things are already in the works. We know for a fact the team has both Discord and subreddit names reserved, which means they're only a few clicks away from being active. I fully expect to see the team roll out both at some point in 2020, not only to start building a community, but also to work out any kinks before the official launch. Similarly, as we get close to a release window, I expect the team to push out even more marketing and work closely with video game press outlets and content creators to build hype and establish widespread name recognition. We've already seen the likes of Captain Sparkles and In the Littlewood creating content for the game, and you can bet the Hytale team will jump at the chance to establish those relationships. At the end of the day, there is a lot to cover, and now the clock is ticking. You may think that a year is a long ways off, but before you know it, we'll be having this conversation again 365 days from now. But what will be different? Will our expectations have shifted, or will we still be scratching our heads wondering what awaits us in Hytale? Guys, we have had an absolute blast covering Hytale this year, and I cannot thank you enough for sticking with us through every video and every stream. Your support has allowed us the opportunity to chase our dreams and build a community of good-hearted people that just want to enjoy games together. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. But we're not even close to done. We are working on an absolutely massive project, one that will change the course of this channel and our community forever. We can't talk about it just yet, but if you haven't subscribed or joined us on Discord, now is the time. We're putting all our efforts into the future of this channel, and each of you are the reason why. We can't wait to share more with you in 2020, but for now, all I can say is this. My name is Codiak, and from everyone here at the Game Gurus, thanks for watching, and play on. Thanks for checking out the video. If you want to learn more about the game, or just want to be part of an incredible video game community, join the Game Gurus on Discord. Be the first to know what's going on with the channel and interact with me and the rest of the team on a daily basis. To join, check out the link below.